Dane, I remember when we talked with Emma Calvert after her sophomore year, and they won a state championship, her first one, and they said, wait till you see who's coming up next. And that was Tamia Gardner. It's an amazing thing. It's her senior year. And to watch her game go, we've seen her go through the knee injury last year, but to be named in McDonald's All-American is just absolutely outstanding.
Incredible. And, you know, one of the things that I feel like our state has been robbed of a little bit is because of the injuries, we haven't been able to see her full career, right? She's missed some games, and that's through no fault of her own. I mean, injuries happen, right? And it's great to see her rehab and back healthy for her senior year, but it does feel like we haven't really been able to enjoy Tamia's whole career because of that. But, you know, bright future, D1 athlete. Can't wait to see her represent the state of Utah out in Chicago on March 29th at the McDonald's All-American game. But, man, what an honor to be able to present that to her. And Tamia, congratulations on a great career.
Couldn't be more proud. And, you know, it's a team sport. You win as a team with our individual honors, and that's an honor that she'll never forget and won't go away. And we talked about in the state of Utah, a little fun fact, 2 McDonald's All-American female basketball players have been from the state of Utah. We've only had one play in the state of Utah high school, and that was last year, Noah Hickman at Wasatch Academy. So Natalie Williams and Tamia Gardner. I mean, Natalie went to Taylorsville, memory serves. And then now Tamia Gardner, Dusty Lister, Dane Stewart. Get ready for this quarterfinal. It wouldn't be the 6A state tournament if it didn't have Bingham and Fremont. And we'll start first. We'll go Fremont in just a moment. Let's talk about Bingham. This is a team, a couple years ago, last time we had the state tournament here at the Huntsman Center, they defeated Fremont. And it's amazing to think that Sierra Lichty was a sophomore that had a great game that game, is now a senior and the leader of Bingham.
Yeah, kind of crazy how fast time flies, right? 19 points per game for Sierra. You know, it was sisters, right, back then. And now being the younger sister and a senior and trying to help this group get back to competing for a state championship. She does a little bit of everything. 7 rebounds a game, their top scorer. You look at, you know, the rest of this roster, it's going to have to be a very committee workman-like approach today against the number 2 team in the state.
Right.
We'll
RPI.
work that out as things get resolved here, right? But it has been the Lichty show this year. She's carried them to a region championship, and she's going to try to carry them through the quarters here today.
It's going to be very interesting to watch what happens here. And we look at Fremont. A lot of familiar names. We talk about Tamia Gardner, Maggie Mendelson, Tia Austin, but we just saw Tamia Gardner, and I'm glad we did that because now we can talk about Maggie Mendelson. Because Tamia Gardner, McDonald's All-American, we saw that award, but Maggie Mendelson, she's the next Fremont star.
Yeah, and by next, you better enjoy next year. Just one more year, a junior, great volleyball player as well. Man, I mean, at some point, Fremont has to run out of 6'4" posts, right? But 17.5 points per game for Mendelson, 15 for Gardner. And, you know, I don't know if we got it on camera, but as Tamia was going over from the center circle, you know, the first player congratulator, Maggie was running off the bench to give her a hug and congratulate her. And it's so easy, I think, sometimes to get lost in yourself and your own interest. It's one of the things that's incredible about Fremont, what Coach DeLaBelle has done in her time. It's not about me. It's about the team. And Maggie and Tamia and everybody buy into that, and it's why they've been so successful.
Yeah. It's not about me, it's about we. We'll start with Fremont to get going here. Mia Austin. Feels like she's been at Fremont longer than Emma Calvert was at Fremont. They go inside out, that ball a little too tall. Looking for Ashley Oliver, so turnover forced by this Bingham defense. And we'll go down the floor with the Bingham Miners.
Almost like a home run there, too tall. Little movie reference for the insiders.
Favorite movie. So up the floor we go with Bingham. As Brianna Badoni hands off to Sierra Lichty. She drops side Chloe Daniels. Chloe hands off Sierra, gets inside, and there we go. Sierra Lichty getting things started.
And she's going to have to do that a lot. Going to have to really take a leadership role and initiate the offense. I love the handoff back to Sierra on the run as they knew they had a nice crease.
And the foul will be on the Bingham Miners. They'll put Tamia Gardner at the line for 2 free throws. Well, how about looking at the Bingham roster? No single-digit numbers.
Yeah. That is interesting.
Don't know if it means anything. It's interesting. Free throw's good.
Yeah.
Means no one can be number one.
Yeah.
Just throwing. I'm just curious. We'll find out later. I should have asked. My bad. Allie Coombs, number 21, but that free throw good. Both of them from Tamia Gardner and a full court press on from Fremont. Fremont fell behind against Corner Canyon early and then took care of business, 60-40. As Sierra Lichty blocked away by Tamia Gardner. And remember 2 years ago, those two, when they were both sophomores, Lichty had a great second half against Tamia. And you think Tamia Gardner was the volleyball player with that spike.
I'll tell you, I love the response from Sierra. That was absolutely rejected. She kind of looked back like, nah, next play. So what? You know.
She lives lucky. She's got plenty to go.
Well, I just love the mindset.
Yep.
Yeah, you're an All-American. You're going to make some plays. I am too. I'm pretty doggone good.
Series of moves, and Sierra draws the foul. There'll be free throws for Sierra Lichty. And how fun it was for us with that Bingham team a couple years ago, because her older sister we covered, and very colorful. She was awesome. Give us a lot of crap because we didn't pick them to win, and we did the post-game interview, and she reminded us that we didn't pick her, and Sierra's right along with her.
Well, and you know the other thing about it, Dusty, is when does Bingham do best? When we don't pick them.
That's true.
So
they put the bracketology on repeat, according to unacclaimed sources. That's not true, but I'm just assuming. Because the free throw is good as Lichty start to 4 points. Oliver comes off the screen, drop inside to Maggie Mendelson. She sends right back out. Allie Coombs knocks down the three.
It's the thing that's so tough about Fremont, and whether it's Mendelson or it's Gardner, those double teams come and open up the shooting lanes from long range. And if you hit the shot, you can stay pace with Fremont.
Tough there from Annie Henderson. That ball's got stuck to her hip off a terrific pass from Lichty. Drop inside, Mendelson. Double teams there. Maggie fall away. And the junior national team member knocks it down.
That's really good defense. And Mendelson able to get out of it, and not an easy look, but able to drill it very confidently.
And the heady play by Sierra Lichty just throws off the leg of Tamia Gardner, and will stay with Bingham, not burning a timeout. Just throw it off her leg.
And that is the benefit. These two teams play each other so much. There is familiarity, right? So it's, hey, we know that pressure's coming. We've dealt with it before in years past. And so you don't have to bail out quite so much because you've experienced it already.
Chloe Daniels sends back out. Lichty pumped the three, going to drive. Left it for Daniels, a little sharp. Loose ball picked up by Oliver. Oliver, send to the corner. Mia Austin back inside to Maggie Mendelson. Coombs on the drive, and it crawls off. That ball's off of Bingham. They're going to say off of Ruby McLeish. And we'll stay with Fremont. Let's see, outside official had another look at it. Might be changing here. And good piece of officiating. Get together, figure it out.
Is a team sport after all. Officiating as well.
Absolutely. It's a crew. So 3-point lead for Fremont here early on. As Bedoni up top. High post, Chloe Daniels. Chloe goes at Mendelson and scores.
I'll tell you, early on, Bingham really trying to utilize some of the speed in the post to get around the length of Fremont. Be that Lichty, be that Daniels.
Gardner gets some space, can't get her shot to drop. Now on the run with Fremont.
Got numbers.
Daniels, Lichty, and a jump ball as to be Gardner and Lichty are tied up, and it'll stay with Bingham.
Into the Silverwolves, number 3, Callie Gill.
Try to get that in quickly in the hands of Daniels, and Chloe Daniels gives Bingham the lead, 8-7. Maybe Daniels is just a junior. There's Mendelson. Back up top, Oliver. Runner won't go. Mendelson fight for the board and pulls it away. Mendelson goes back up. Good contest by Daniels. And Bingham with a chance to extend the lead.
Daniels is a senior.
Oh, she's a senior.
Yeah, she is. She and Lichty, both seniors on this roster.
That's how fast it goes.
Yeah.
Like sands through the hourglass. That's off the hands of Tamia Gardner.
I just have Mr. Mom running through my head. I love this shirt.
Lichty to the corner. Oliver right there to contest in this 2-3 zone. Daniels reverses side. Lichty at the junction. Sierra step back from the free throw line. Off the mark, and that will go to Fremont. So coming in for Coach Lisa Dalebaut is Kenna James. As Tamia Gardner will come off the floor. So Annie Henderson comes back on at number 33. Mia Austin comes off the screen. Mia goes inside to Mendelson. Maggie sends out. Oh, they added 3. Drop it inside. Hey, pass up a good shot for the better shot. And Kenan James lays that in.
That's a great recognition there by Fremont. The ball movement, able to work around, and love the unselfish pass to get it to James.
As that shot left short by McLeish. Now back down the floor with Fremont.
Yeah, good look there for McLeish. Just got rushed a little bit. We had that shot just come up short.
Oliver comes off the screen. Now inside Mendelson. Maggie steps through and lays it in.
Number 44, Maggie Mendelson.
She does look much different, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does. And it's just the efficiency in which they operate. You can see why it's so hard. It's almost like you've got to play the perfect game. You just can't give up empty possessions. Man.
Callie Hill passed up the 3.
Yeah.
Outside, Mia Austin comes off the screen of Maggie Mendelson. Austin from way outside. No. And Hill saves it in. And off of Fremont. 2:05 left in the first. We've got a lot of action in the first 6 minutes.
Yeah. Maggie going to get a break here.
It feels like Fremont Bingham, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. I've been really impressed with the start of Bingham. I don't think they've appeared intimidated at all.
McLeish, a 3 was online, comes off. Hill with the rebound. Memory serves, it was that first half of the semifinals a year ago was pretty close for a minute, and then everything kind of won out for Fremont in that second half.
Yeah.
As they got a jump ball, as Kenan James couldn't pull that one through. Possession now belongs to Fremont.
And I'll tell you this, I mean, even that possession, Chloe Daniels is being physical with Gardner. It's like, I'm not letting you set up camp in the paint. We're going to push outside. We're going to make you work. They are making things as hard as they can for Fremont. It's been a good effort here early on.
Gets that into Gardner. Tamia frees up. That ball comes off. Gardner yet to get on the board. Or probably from the floor. Does have free throws and now will have a foul in transition against Fremont's number 11, Charlie Hunt. Nice take. Sierra couldn't get that one to go. Hill with another rebound. Fremont still just up 3. Gardner pulls her way to the hole and lays it in. As Daniels holds up and hands off to Sierra inside of a minute. Down to 50 seconds left in the first. Oh, nice hands. The steal from Eddie. And the bucket as well.
Bingham has gotten in some early habit of terminating their dribble in some bad spots, backcourt, near half court. And that time, Eddie able to make him pay for it.
Bales, now Daniels sends that ball to the corner. I'll come up top with Aya Cox. And now we'll have a foul on the entry pass to Charlie Hunt.
It's at least a 6-0 run. It might be an 8-0 run here from Fremont. I think it was 8-7 Bingham, if I recall.
I believe so.
In for Bingham, number 24, Brianna Madoni, number 30, Ruby McLeish. For Fremont, number 1, Ashley Oliver.
Lichty out of the corner. Sierra loses the dribble. Gets it back. Nice find to Chloe Daniels, and Daniels is fouled. And she goes up, and she had 2 free throws.
Boy, good vision there by Sierra to find Chloe on that baseline cut. I thought she was going to have to send that ball out, but you get it in traffic and see if you can kind of wear away at some of the interior here as James being called for her first personal.
And Daniels now with 5 points. And she'll have one more. Back rims is second, and the rebound taken by Fremont. 2 seconds at the horn. And that'll do it for the first quarter. At the end of one is Fremont 15 and Bingham 9. You're watching the 2022 6A quarterfinals on your new home for high school championships, KSLSports.com.
In for Fremont.
For the second quarter, remind you that 2022 could be the year of you. Go to WGU.edu and sign up for your opportunity to be selected for a $2,500 scholarship at Western Governors University. Get your degree at your own time and at your own pace at Western Governors University, WGU.edu. During that first quarter, it feels like that last game, it was just so many opportunities, maybe more of the AFPG game, or probably Skyridge PG game. The game isn't as far away as you feel like it is at times, but Bingham is unable to find consistent offense.
Yeah, I thought they were aggressive early, but this Fremont team started to settle in defensively, and Bingham hasn't been able to take advantage of a couple trips to the line, but that's a nice made 3 there for the Miners, a much needed one.
And Brianna Badoni knocks down the 3, and it's a 3-point game. Go to the corner. Hill, a little long on the triple. Rebound, and it comes off. Mendelson pulls down the board. Maggie goes up strong, splits the defenders, and lays it in.
She is no longer a passive, tentative player. She is an aggressive, I got this player.
Oh, Sierra goes in and out. The board and stick will not go with Henderson. On the run out, Hill. It was interesting. I talked to Coach Dale about before the game and asked her, tell me about Maggie in the summer with the junior national team. She's got great coaching and a ton of confidence. She came back. She always thought of herself as a volleyball player. She saw how good she was. And she got to hear from other people how good she is, as that won't go. And you definitely see it.
You do.
You see the confidence.
Well, and you see it's just a different element. I mean, even that, you get the ball high post, a couple dribbles. Nice job creating a shooting opportunity. I know she missed the shot, but look, she's one of the first players up the floor here for Fremont. She's immediately establishing herself in the block, immediately finding a way to try to create a passing lane. And she does just look like a much more confident player here for the Silverwolves.
Well, the double team came. She found the corner 3. Wouldn't go for Eddie. Transition 3. Badoni can't get it. loose ball. Taken by Bingham. Lichty sends out to Daniels. I think Sierra wants the basketball at the high post.
Yeah, the problem is that zone's coming up and dropping, so really taking away any opportunity to get her the ball there.
And I'll hand off to Lichty.
There you go.
And that's why she wanted it. And the options, right? You get it there. You got options. You go here, 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 here. We're creating options. Knocks down the junction J.
Any clue what he's talking about? No clue.
No clue.
No, you're right. And I think some of that is you work the ball to the side and create a lane for her as opposed to making her just kind of stagnant at the line there, right?
3-point game. There's a turnover. Bingham with a chance to get within one or tie it. Leaves it for Lichty. Pump the three. Again, a short two. Maybe force it a little bit. Just a little strong. Rebound to Mendelson.
I think she's found the soft spot in that zone. It's just executing it consistently there.
Yes. Pass it, shoot, score. Lichty.
Ooh. This is on Maggie. That's going to be number 2. That's a tough call.
Interesting. I mean, I didn't see him give a bump. He said, caught her on the wrist. Because a lot of times those foul calls on a block is usually the body.
Right, right.
That's not what the signal was.
That was not the indication.
As Lichty hits the first. So it's Mia Gardner, Mia Austin. Then Ken and James come on. We got a number change. I'm trying to figure out who our good friend Dan Barney said. Oh, yeah, Sarah. I was looking at the one. Sarah Bertolo comes on for the first time. Hallie Bales comes on as well. It's killing me not to say for Coach Sharon Mason, although she is a coach, she's not the head coach anymore at Bingham, as Mia Austin rattles home a three.
You know,
First points.
Mia's kind of the player that doesn't get a lot of talk with Gardner and Mendelson and how good they are. She's had a couple looks. That one, the first three, she's been able to knock down. But she's a double-figure point scorer for this Fremont squad. And so she provides a nice option from that guard position and able to hit the open three there for the Silverwolves.
I'll get this Coach Dale about. She still does a defensive slide extremely well. She was not happy with one of the calls, and it was her feet. She's still got light feet. We've seen her run laps as we've done football videos at the track.
Yep.
Begged us not to show any clips of her running. Sierra Lichty going to come back on as short spell there for Ruby McLeish. Daniels, that may have been tipped.
Yeah, I think it was. Good closeout there by James.
Oliver, get up to Mia Austin. Lichty out there with her.
Maybe it took a little too long to recognize the opportunity there for Daniels. Pass a little bit late and allow that defense to take care of it.
Austin shuffled her feet. She wanted to pull the trigger, and Daniels, you see how improved Coy Daniels is.
Yeah, she's been really strong, both offensively and defensively here for the Miners. One of their top scorers, 5 a game here early on, but she's been really, really good.
Fremont substitution number 3, Callie Hill.
So a 4-point advantage here for Fremont. They've had the lead, just slim leads throughout this game. We know that we talked about the semifinal from a year ago. The game earlier this year was close midway through the third quarter. as Tabia Gardner with the steal.
It's a tough pass. Going right between 4 Fremont defenders. Difficult play.
How about the options there? Get inside the junction, you can go kick to the corner, or find the easy bucket inside to Ken and James. And it's James with the 2.
Right now with James, she's able to kind of help fill the scoring with Mendelson on the bench here with 2.
Drop it inside the Daniels, and Gardner with another block.
McDonald's All-American. It's a old-fashioned McDonald's blockhouse. Yeah. Remember the little yellow sign in the window?
Absolutely. They gave legendary coach Joey Sato, he got a pretty good reaction to that. He goes old baseball mode, put his hands over his mouth to tell one of his coaches whatever he thought. Didn't want us to catch this on the camera, but Coach, I always know when Coach Sato's in the building. It's not the steal, back down the floor, Fremont. Whoop. Like a receiver not knowing the ball's in the air. Those great hands. Oh, and a tough call on Chloe Daniels. But I got to give credit to Ken and James on that catch because she wasn't looking when that ball was in the air.
Yeah.
Quickly in. And Tamia Gardner.
Yeah, Chloe Daniels got a hand in there, was trying to disrupt it. Gardner showing her ability to finish through a nice defensive play.
Lichty drives at Tamia Gardner and draws the foul. The number 1 on Tabia.
Again, we see Daniels Lichty being aggressive. 8 points, chance to go back to the line, and she's gone up against Tamia. She's gone up against Mendelson and James, and it feels to me like she is dialed in, right? And we've seen that from her before. You think about that game her sophomore year. It was Sierra in that second half. Made big plays, and she knows what's on the line here. Trying to help keep Bingham hanging around here early on.
In for Bingham, number 24, Brianna Badoni.
Badoni goes back on. As Lichty hit the first. And got them both. So still, well, back to a 6-point game. Right to the hole, and it's Oliver with the easy lay-in.
Yeah, nice handoff there by Gardner, miscommunication, and all of a sudden Ashley Oliver recognized there's no one there. Able to just make the run to the rim, and nice finish. Those are kind of breakdowns you just cannot afford to have when you play Fremont.
Daniels able to track down that loose ball. Straight away 3 short. But another rebound. Henderson got that board. And Gardner closed that off. Covered the loose ball. And there you have the foul. Coming from Bingham's number 24, Brianna Badoni.
To me, has 3 blocks, couple steals. She's been really strong defensively. And it's one of the things, I think her scoring, you don't see her averaging 20 plus, right? She averages that 15 range, but it's all those other things that she does, and because there's Mendelson and Austin, all these different players, she doesn't have to carry that scoring load. But you watch her defensively and on the rebounding, there's just such a complete player, such a difficult player, and no wonder why she's a McDonald's All-American.
Yep. Goes at Lichty here.
How about that spin move? Fleet of foot, controlled, and yet creating the scoring opportunity. I love the play there by Tamia.
And the trap comes. Lichty has nowhere to go, and has to take the timeout. 54.5 left in the half. Timeout, Bingham. It's a 10-point lead for Fremont. You're watching the 2022 6A quarterfinals. So back in, Lichty. Sierra sends back out. 3 on the way. Oh, and I lipped out for Bedoni. Loose ball.
Bingham foul.
Another foul on a.
It's on
Brodolo.
Yeah.
If it weren't for the Donjoy offloading knee brace, you wouldn't be able to tell her and Bedoni apart.
I was going to say, unfortunate there for Bingham. That ball falls right to her, and just trying to get a handle on it, could not. You've got an opportunity for an offensive rebound, potentially a put back, and instead it's Fremont basketball. 10-point lead here for the Silverwolves. Bingham needing a stop here late.
Yeah, Austin on the drive, get up to Gardner. Gets it back inside. Tamia, fall away, no. Tipped out. Great job on the board, and the foul to be charged to Colby Daniels. Kenan James doing work down low.
And at some point, the posts have to quit coming for Fremont, right? I mean, even James is like, to me, that's a tough shot, right?
Yeah.
One that she can make, but doesn't go. And there's James able to track it down and foul on the putback.
As the free throw's off, Sierra Lichty pulls down the rebound. Now, how many more posts are you going to grow in Plain City? 3 seconds. 2 at the horn. And that'll do it for the first half. And at the end of 2 quarters, it is Fremont 29, Bingham 18. You're watching the 2022 6A quarterfinals. The winner moving on to the semis. We'll be back after halftime. After this, you're watching KSLSports.com. Start of the third quarter, Dusty Lister and Dane Stewart at Game Night Live Rewind with you. An 11-point lead to start the second half for Fremont. They was slow starting, but you started seeing that separation at the end of the second quarter.
Yeah, I think a couple things, Dusty. First of all, bench points, 7-0 advantage Fremont. Fast break, 4-0 Fremont. How about 18-4 the advantage for Fremont in the paint? They both took 23 shots. Fremont made 12. Bingham only 5, 7 of 8 from the line for the Miners. The free throw line has kept them in it. But, man, they're going to have to figure out how to execute in the half court if they want to come back and close down this gap in this second half.
The tough one there on Annie Henderson. It looked like Tamia was just pulling through there.
Yeah, Tamia and Maggie, both 3 of 5 from the floor. Pair of free throws for Tamia to help lead the way with 8. Good balance here. In fact, 7 different scorers in that first half for the Silverwolves.
Maggie Mendelson lays that one up and in. And, you know, we make contacts throughout the years, and you always appreciate it because they pay dividends. Corey Mullaney, the head coach of the boys' side, he's also the athletic director at Fremont, let us know that Maggie reclassified, and she's actually a senior. Now, if he's playing sarcasm on me, he didn't put hashtag sarcasm. He's also joining us on the broadcast tomorrow. So, Corey, I'm trusting you with that information. Maggie, the senior, with 4 points in the third.
And I say this with all the love in my heart. With Corey Mullaney, it's like you never quite know. It's like, is that the joke or is that for real? Love Coach Mullaney. I cannot wait to have him join us on a broadcast. I think it goes back to like Roy Boy days, right? Like, I just hope that we get the suit.
I don't know. I don't want to give away too much stuff to Corey. He's listening, so I don't want to hand it all off.
That's actually fair. You know what, Corey? It's casual. It's casual Wednesday. So,
timeout on the floor. 7:03 left in the third. As you can tell, we're having a good time this week. It's one of our favorite weeks to do all the games. And we clear out our schedules, make sure we're here for all of them. We got 28 games this week. And let's see. We're on game 6 today. We got 2 more.
Yep.
Lone Peak Skyridge coming up next.
Sign me up.
I'm
actually
so
really excited for that game.
So excited. The undefeated Lone Peak Knights. Of course, Lone Peak and Fremont opposite ends of the bracket. As both teams are undefeated in the state of Utah. Fremont has 2 losses on the year, both coming out of state. On a collision course, if they can get there. There's some teams that could trip them up. Bingham and Fremont is a rivalry, and then the actual region rivalry is the Battle of Timpanogos Highway with Skyridge.
Yeah, we learned earlier this year, 5 miles apart.
It was like 2.5. I take the commuter lane. It's a 3. Good for Sierra Lichty.
The way I drive, it feels like 2 miles because I'm just.
That's actually true. Shift over to Tiptronic, put in sport mode. As Mendelson goes inside out, and Oliver misses on the 3. Loose ball, and Lichty gets down on the floor to take it and gets that off to Chloe Daniels. Chloe to McLeish.
Oh, it had Sierra right through the paint. Zone has been effective for Fremont.
Inside out, 3 on the way off the mark. And a rebound to Mendelson. Inside Mendelson, and it stays in. Daniels tried to draw the charge. And no whistle came. And the bucket to Maggie Mendelson. She's got 12. Lichty again for 3 and hits. Sierra Lichty was 16.
Of their 24. I mean, she is right now the offense for Bingham. Can they get Daniels going? Remember, she had the couple early buckets, but
Lichty pass up a 3 for another. 3 threes in the third for Sierra Lichty.
wow.
Timeout on the floor.
Taking matters into her own hands, huh?
You want to come back? Jump on her back. Sierra with 3 threes. It's an 8-point game. We'll be right back. 5 minutes left in the third.
College wasn't built for me.
I didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Or if my kid had a fever.
Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
I want to take tests when I'm ready.
I want to take courses on my time.
And speed up when I know my stuff.
I want a university that cares about me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
Five minutes left in the third quarter. Dusty Lister, Dane Stewart with you. Sierra Lichty, 19 points. She's got 3 threes in the third, Dane.
Yeah, we know a little bit about her mindset. She's not going to let down easily here. I mean,
No.
She's going to do everything she can to keep Bingham in this game, to bring them back. And, man, she has had a great start to this second half.
We keep referring to that championship game as Chloe Daniels misses the 3, the board and foul. We're going to put Ruby McLeish at the line for 2 free throws. But refer to that championship game because it's a good point of reference. Remember that second half was Sierra really offensively took over in that game as a sophomore.
Yes, she did. And that was where I was like, man, 2 more years of Sierra Lichty. And, this could be a nuisance for a lot of 6A. And she's had a great career. Obviously getting back to the U and the quarters. And, that was a year, her sophomore year. No one thought she'd get it done then either. I mean, we both picked Fremont, and we heard it from Bingham faithful afterward. And, they are used to being the underdogs, and if they can pull off another upset here.
Pulls within 9. Inside Tamia Gardner. And Tamia lays it in.
I mean, when you let Tamia back you down to that position, you're you're in trouble.
Lob inside, and it's Lichty. No. And now on the run. Oliver, cross court to Hill. Now Mendelson. Maggie looking inside to Mia. Send out for 3. And Eddie can't find range.
Numbers and on the run here for Bingham.
And Badoni just lost the handle.
Boy, would have had an open 3 if she could have gotten a hold of that ball and given it out. But, yeah, that one just slipped away from her.
Inside, fall away. Gardner got it. McDonald's All-American getting it going.
She and Mendelson with 12 apiece.
Go to the high post. Henderson send to the corner. The 3 from McLeish won't go, and Hill with the rebound. That's Hill's 5th board. Pedman for Olivau, who had 16 rebounds before her first point last night. As Mendelson steps through, going to travel. Yeah. Lost track of where she was. And good defense there by Chloe Daniels.
A very good defense. And we've talked about Mendelson and Gardner in the post. And they've done really good work. And you can see Chloe still trying to dig in there defensively, make it tough.
I don't know if called Chloe Daniels a point center. I mean, she plays all over the floor. She and Sierra.
Yeah, they're very versatile. And against most rosters, that's a problem. Against Fremont, it's like, all right, we can take care of that.
A par for the course.
Yeah.
Chloe's got to get it in, does to Sierra. And here they and break it.
This is a team that thought they were going to have another guard, too. Shawnee Nordstrom was with this Bingham group last year, transferred to Lone Peak. We'll get to see her next, but could have been a significant piece for this Bingham roster when you think about where they're at now and, you know, their goal and objective. Had to learn how to play without her.
Daniels had that inbound pass. A shot wouldn't drop for Aya Cox.
Trouble.
And able to find that into Lichty. Sierra goes back out to Daniels. Lichty wants the ball against Hill. Backside defender was there with the zone. Daniels open for 3. Won't go. Rebound. Lichty had it for a moment. We're going to have a foul on the board. It'll be the 2nd team foul on the Silverwolves. So Callie Hill picks up the foul. Here's Sierra. Double team was there, had it poked away, and then ripped away. Kenan James.
Nice double team there, and Sierra trying to work through it, but able to deflect it away.
Gardner, strong move and finish.
Even around help, Tamia Gardner.
I don't want to say a pass was ever meant to draw a foul, but that's a perfect pass to draw a foul in that situation. I'll go to Charlie Hunt. I think it's her 3rd.
Of course, Gardner going to head to Corvallis, home of the great Gary Payton.
True. We'll play at Oregon State.
Yeah.
As that ball's loose and taken by Fremont, and the foul to Sierra Lichty. I believe her 1st. Team's 3rd. Oh, that's actually, they got that on quick, so 2nd team foul to Bingham.
I'll tell you this, I know there's a lot of game to be played. If Lone Peak plays Fremont, Gardner and Mendelson against Bartholomew and Rich. It's going to be experience against youngins.
That guard line is going to be the interesting matchup as well in that one.
Yeah.
That is the strength of Lone Peak. How about Daniels? Dribbles through the traffic, draws the contact and the foul. And it'll be Chloe Daniels going to the line. And it kind of comes to the, it was fun to have Brian Alfrey on earlier to ask about those old days of Copper Hills versus Lone Peak, where Quincy Lewis said, fine, Porter Hawkins, you can score 44 points, but it'll be the only points your team gets. Because we're, and that would kind of be the thing from Lone Peak on that one. So, all right, Tamia and Maggie, we get it. We're going to come back, we're going to make you run, and we're going to shoot like they always shoot.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me, and I think Skyridge has figured it out a little bit, but nobody else has really kept Kaylee Woolston off the free throw line. So you pretty much, a 94% free throw shooter, you're pretty much letting her start the game with 8 to 9 points. Just because that's her game. That's what she earns. Skyridge has not sent her to the line very much. Their defense has done a good job of not giving that to her. But everyone else has struggled with that, with her penetration, her ability to hit that outside shot. So to your point, it's kind of strength versus strength, just different opportunities of strength and which one's able to win out in that battle. The back court versus the front court.
Well, which one wins out, right? That 3 versus 2. Oh, nice find. You know, Daryl Morey would love that exchange, but it's layups versus threes. That's it.
Well, and, not to knock Daryl Morey, but how many championships does he have in that exchange? Still chasing it.
Not done yet.
Yeah, to begin a new process. I know that's not his terminology, but, with the new hire, I figured why not.
Hey, if you can get James Harden all of a sudden to get those hamstrings fixed in a week, that man is a miracle worker. That's why he battled on the baseline.
Well, in fairness, he was the last pick in the draft, the All-Star draft. So, it's not like he's that good, right?
Rudy was not last.
How about Kevin Durant trying to keep a straight face on that one?
Oh, that was awesome. As a quick on the inbound. No, Daniels there for the board, and it won't stay in. Chloe frustrated with that miss. On the other end of the floor. Try to go no look, and nobody home on that pass.
I have an unpopular opinion. Sometimes a phrase that you got to be careful how you utilize. But I really feel like once basketball left Seattle, there were some careers that went downward. Just saying. Kevin Durant.
Oh, they say Sean Kemp.
Well, that too. You didn't even argue Gary Payton, although he got his ring. Right? He's a champion.
You can thank Utah Jazz partial owner,
he
minority
hit big
owner.
shots in that final. I'm not letting you steal.
Minority owner Dwayne Wade had something to do with that. 3 on the way. Oh, goes in and out. Rebound to Lichty, and she's fouled, and Sierra will go to the line to go to double digits in the quarter and put her over 20.
Yeah. The remarkable she's got 19 of their 29. It's just she has carried the load.
Yeah.
It's been a great game for the senior, and I know she would trade it all for a win.
Yep.
But, you go out there, you put out your best effort, and if you play to your best, you can hold your head high, and I feel like Sierra's done that here today.
Left that one short. And she'll have one more as Chloe Daniels comes off the floor. And Sierra Rare 0 for 2. Here's Mia Austin. 3 seconds, 2. At the horn. Oliver just off. As we head to the fourth quarter, it is Fremont, the reigning queens of 6A basketball, 45, and Bingham, 29. We're back with the fourth quarter. After this break, you're watching the 2022 6A quarterfinals. Start of the fourth quarter. Dusty Lister, Dane Stewart. We got a foul away from the floor as Tamia Gardner hits the deck. And the foul goes to Chloe Daniels, number 3 on Chloe. Annie Henderson comes on as well. As Tamia Gardner sends out up. Mia Austin goes back to Tamia. Gets into Key, and the McDonald's All-American buries it. And that is 16 for Tamia as that ball poked away. Ahead to Austin. Mia left that one short. Mendelson with the board, and it's stolen by Daniels. Oh, the runner won't go. And it's an 18-point advantage for Fremont. This game was tight. Kind of feels again like that semifinal from a year ago as Gardner gets inside and scores.
Well, and even at that, it was still a, 9-point difference at the break. And so, just Fremont, it's slow and steady, right? I mean, we're just going to go out. We're going to execute. Shot really well from the floor in the first half. That's continued. The defense, they've gotten some stops, and it's just hard to keep pace with them for 32. Try for a quarter or two, but over time.
We got to have a lot of players having career nights as Mendelson gets a block on one end. The three won't drop there. Gardner with the board. And it'll be Tamia going line as that'll be the fourth personal foul on Chloe Daniels.
Chloe Daniels, her fourth personal foul. Fourth team foul. At the line for two, Tamia Gardner.
That free throw won't go for Tamia.
78% from the line this year, Gardner. Always appreciate a post who hits free throws, and been pretty good. Let's see, splits that pair.
On the run. Inside, I'll find Mendelson. Maggie hangs on. Pulls through, can't get it to go, out of bounds. And we'll stay here. Cora Mulaney just moved up like 15 notches.
Tell you what,
I only have 5 notches left. He's 15 up with the picture he just sent.
Even in that, we're both wearing blue.
So is MC.
There's been whether we knew it or not, there was some Fremont appreciation, even the days of the old black and gold. That's a great photo.
I got to post that somewhere.
Man.
Oh, nice pass from Mendelson into Gardner. Little tip pass. And gets it to go. Oh, that was great by Maggie. And remember, the officials inbounds. So off the official's foot, on the run, Mia Austin.
You see how quickly, and I know that this game was already no longer in doubt, but just the bunches that Fremont has. Oh, 2 more.
Add a little flash, that tip from Mendelson. The fortuitous bounce off the official's foot. And a couple of great finishes. And it's 56-29, timeout on the floor. You're watching the 6A quarterfinals on KSLSports.com.
College wasn't built for me.
I didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Or if my kid had a fever.
Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
I want to take tests when I'm ready.
I want to take courses on my time.
And speed up when I know my stuff.
I want a university that cares about me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
Jake said these are awesome for studying.
Line. You shouldn't ever take someone else's medication.
Know your script. Talk to your kids about the dangers of sharing prescriptions.
reverse.
I have it, just another one. Off the inbound. Fremont's still keeping the pressure on here. He's a little surprised.
Starter still on the floor here. 5.5 and
not a critique, just surprised.
No, yeah.
It would take a whole lot for me to critique Lisa Dale about.
I know this. She's got a lot more championships than I do, so that's where that ends. Huh?
Some things never change. Lisa in wins, and Lisa playing with her hair on the sidelines. She does a thing, she pulls to the side. That is as much of a trademark to me as Quincy Lewis stomping his foot while holding up 4 fingers wanting to play. And they both squat like catchers too. So
a lot of coaches do that.
I can't.
I was going to say, I don't have the knees to coach.
Nope.
Anyone who wants me to coach, I don't have the knees for it. We'll just end that conversation right now.
I was working with someone, they're like, hey, all right, so let's do this stretch. I was like, my knees don't allow me to.
Yeah.
That's a legit thing. Like, I can't do it.
In fact, we just had a picture of a coach sent to us, and he's kneeling. So,
oh, we got a couple of fun coaches joining us.
Yes, we do.
The rest of this week. Corey Mullaney going to join us tomorrow. And Corey just shared a picture with us from the 2007 tournament at Weber State. I believe that was a first-round win for Roy. Or it might have, well, I think it was a win. I might be wrong. Bloxham and Lamb and Hobbs. There's a foul on Maggie Mendelson. Number 3 on Maggie. And how about Tamia Gardner? It's a quiet 21 points for Tamia Gardner. She has spurts. She's had spurts today.
Yeah.
I believe that's 9 points in the second half.
Excuse me. The amazing thing about it is how they've balanced a minute with the rotation. At times have been Tamia and Maggie, and then at times they've mixed in James with either or. But also, I feel like today Tamia has been really dominant in establishing, positioning and taking advantage of that. She's had a fantastic ball game for Fremont. Obviously, the 21 as ties second for her season high. Scored 26 against Mater Dei and 21 a couple times here against in-state competition.
30-second timeout. Give us a chance to remind you this is game 1 of 4. Game 2 of 4. On the girls' side, we got Lone Peak and Sky Ridge coming up next. Their 3rd meeting of the year. Of course, they're region rivals. And then one more game to go tonight.
Harriman Riverton, rematch of the Region 3 championship.
Dane was just there.
Yeah, I think those games are actually very similar. To me, if I'm figuring out how you try to attack the other one, it's really just about making sure you score more points than the opposition. You do that, you've got a great opportunity to win a ball game and advance to a semifinal.
I only live by a few rules.
Yeah, that's the insight we provide here.
Yeah. Number 1, never get less than 9 hours of sleep. Number 2, never play poker against a guy named after a city.
I don't believe rule number 1 for you at all, by the way. But
never mind. I'll skip the last one. If you do rest of life is cream cheese. Teen Wolf.
It's been a long time since I've seen Teen Wolf.
Coach is amazing. There's no line there. I'll tell you off air. It's not bad. Just don't need to get in trouble or be disparaged.
Yeah.
As Chloe Daniels, wide to the right, but hey, it was just a pass.
That's assist all the way.
Absolutely, she meant that. But Donnie lays that one in off the assist from Chloe Daniels. And, a foul on Bingham.
Look, you could argue we have some teen wolves for Fremont. The Silverwolves, all in their teens.
Sometimes it skips a generation.
Yeah.
Annie Henderson comes back on. Nice find inside. Maggie Mendelson +1.
Give me a team that stops that.
Yeah. Well, we're going to find out.
And if Mendelson is in foul trouble, then you have Tamia. I'm just like...
Well, tonight, and if one of the other ones gets in foul trouble, then you got Ken and James had a strong night tonight.
Yeah.
All Ken and James did was come in and get boards and facilitate and score.
How about Mendelson? You talked about a quiet 21 for Gardner. Maggie 16 and 13. 13 rebounds for Maggie tonight.
You know what's amazing is that, Coach Judkins is in the house. He recruits the state extremely well. How many Fremont Silverwolves can you fit on a roster, potentially? Oh, the Larry Bird kiss off the inside of the glass. And the 33, no less there for Annie Henderson.
I have a feeling Coach Judkins would make room for more Silverwolves.
My gosh. Well, Tamia got away in state. It's going to go out of state. We mentioned Oregon State. Mendelson with another board and bucket. If I was him, I'd be pitching, hey, do you know Sarah Hampson? Yeah, she was an All-American in both.
By the way, you don't even have to change your color. You can wear the exact same color at BYU and feel awfully comfortable.
We don't put the red in it.
The blue and white, it's all good.
Yeah. And you can do both like Sarah Hampson. She was amazing.
Just unsew the F on your Letterman jacket. We'll give you a Y, and it's all good.
And Emma's waiting for you. Big sister.
Hey.
She's right there.
Yeah. By the way, you can also play with Kaylee in a couple years, potentially, right? I know Kaylee Wolfson on their board.
Yeah. Well, Kylie Mabry having a little chat there today as well. So, Coach Judkins had mentioned the University of Utah grad, played at Highland High School just down the street, played for the Boston Celtics. Coach Juddy, as he's normally known at BYU, was a longtime assistant for Rick Majerus here at the U. Even, matter of fact, he took over from Majerus, and Majerus had heart problems in the late 90s.
I'll tell you, there are people with lines drawn, but I absolutely love, and I didn't grow up in the state of Utah. I didn't watch a lot of Utah Ute basketball back in the day. I love the sweater vest hanging in the rafters. That is awesome.
I watched a ton of it. I remember they opened up 3 in the country. Andre Miller. Most people, if you follow me, you know where my line's drawn. Andre Miller is one of my favorite college basketball players of all time. And the 98 team, you had Doliak was local, Alex Jensen was local. And that's what I love. You get a lot of these teams locally bringing in local talent. It's just, it's what makes it fun. And it kind of breaks down that, the rivalry. Got a good friend who would tell me, don't say that, you're lying.
Yeah, I don't believe that at all, but that's okay.
Trevor Phibbs doesn't believe it either.
I've known you for too long to be like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Hey, when they beat UNC, lobs to Vince Carter and Anton Jameson, Ed Cota.
Let me take you back to just, 10 hours ago? It's like, hey, you flash me the U and you lose me. That's it. That was a comment this morning. I'm just saying.
By my own free will and choice. As it comes to Tamia Gardner leaves the floor. After an amazing night for Tamia Gardner. And then Mendelson with the swat. And then go and help up Ruby McLeish.
And, I've seen that from a number of Fremont players. Tamia's done that a couple times tonight as well. There's a sportsman aspect which just makes you appreciate. It's never easy to be in these kinds of games. But it makes you appreciate, when you're in them and trying to gut through it the way that Bingham's had to tonight.
And let's say this. By and large, just what you find in women's athletics. Right? You saw Tamia and Lichty, especially early on, going after it. They went after it a lot, but both tap each other.
Let me
tap each other up.
We talked about Coach Mulaney.
Yep.
I felt like his state championship squad was like that. Dallin Hall, I don't ever remember him. I feel like he was that kind of guy who would reach down, and you think about other guys on that team, Harrop and Hall. I mean, there's Voorhees, right? It was a very fun, very loose, very sportsman-like team. I don't remember a lot of vitriol with them. Am I misremembering that?
No. But he merely called Voorhees the masked man because of his last name. That was it.
Right.
Other than that, he was a gentle giant.
5'10", gentle giant.
Well, he got bigger. When he first started playing, he was 5'5", and he left, he was like 5'10".
Yeah.
He was like the Warren sister at Lehigh. As Chloe Daniels goes 1 of 2. But the foul going to be charged to Ruby McLeish. Well, we've talked about, too, much I give Coach Juddy love. University of Utah, always bringing in great talent from local schools as well. You think of a former player of the year for us, and
Martine?
Well, Cameron Martine, and then what am I playing? McQueen.
Oh yeah, Kenny
McQueen. I just totally blanked on the name for a second. Amongst others, and great history of doing it. And you're going to have Sid Berry, going to play here up on the hill.
The new state scoring record for points in a career.
Yeah. And a championship to boot.
Yeah.
And Judge did the rare thing in knocking off Carbon in both men's and women's tournament. Ken and James. They went into Carbon, no less. Hey, Sierra gets over 20 points. To 21-3 for Sierra Lichty, plus 2 dimes.
Nice little spin move there for Lichty.
Mentioned her sister, JC. Remember, she went to school out in Hawaii initially. Same school. Whoa. Alicia picked up the foul. The same school that Nima Namdar actually had transferred to after both from SUU to CEU. And then out to Hawaii. But JC transferred to Westminster. She's a Griffin.
From
Just
being
down
a
the
Shark
street
to
here.
a Griffin.
Mm-hmm. Just right down the street. In fact, it was all lit up last night, blue and gold, off of 13th East. Haven't made that drive since I lived off 13th East in a while.
Blue and purple, or purple and gold?
Purple and gold. Did I say blue and gold?
You did.
Yeah, purple and gold. Everything else was blue and gold this week, especially last night.
Speaking of blue and gold, how about new gym at Skyline? As they're rebuilding Skyline High School. And
I thought you were going to say Farmington just for a second. Timeout on the floor, 104 left. We'll take it. We'll get settled. You're watching the 6A quarterfinals on KSLSports.com. And welcome back in. Dusty Litzer and Dane Stewart. Hey, Dane, you asked if there's another post for Fremont. Just checking in, Beth Hacker.
I'm sure Region 1's really excited about that.
They're pumped. Mendelson reclassified. She's a senior. Awesome! Let me introduce you to Ken and James and Beth Hacker. Oh, nice back cut. And Nettie couldn't complete the play. A nice job at tracking that down by Taylor Doxey. Charlie Hunt comes near side to Taylor. Closing moments here as the reigning 6A champion Fremont Silverwolves are going to move on to the semifinals. Dane, before we're done, let's give a couple thoughts to this Bingham team, especially Chloe Daniels, Sierra Lichty, as their time at Bingham High School comes to a close.
Always hard when your career comes to a close, Dusty, but man, I'll tell you what, Sierra Lichty left it all out on the floor. 21 points, 4 rebounds. They had that state championship from their sophomore year, and they've certainly turned heads over the course of their career, but today Fremont was just stronger, just better across the floor, both ends of the floor, and there are very few teams who would have beat Fremont with the effort that they gave today. But look, region champions, and a great job of continuing that Bingham culture here the last several years for Daniels and Lichty and the rest of the senior class.
Absolutely, and then let's selection of a Heidemann Associates player of the game.
Well, that's such a tough call for me. I'm going to go with Gardner. Look, she got the pregame recognition from McDonald's to come out and go 20-plus. I think 21 is what she finished with today. She was really solid with her efficiency in the offensive end execution. The defense, we saw the blocks and some of the disruptions in the passing lane. I'm going to go with Tamia Gardner as our player of the game.
Well, again, what a great run. Sierra Lichty, been a pleasure to be able to watch she and Chloe Daniels, their time at Bingham State champions, as they're going to be leaving Bingham High School. Congratulations to them, but congratulations to Fremont, moving on to the semifinals once again. And it'll be a fun matchup on Thursday. But again, congratulations to B. Gardner on your McDonald's All-American and also being named our Heidemann Associates Player of the Game. For Vince Francis and Dane Stewart, I'm Dusty Litster. Thanks for joining us and for watching Game Night Live Rewind's coverage of the 6A quarterfinals right here on KSLSports.com.